bit more on what the Health Minister said in Parliament today. I'm now joined by our reporter, Abra Barbier, who's reporting from Parliament. Abra, thanks very much indeed for joining us. The NHI bill, depending on which side of the coin you are, drawing a lot of interest. Did the Minister face a lot of questions to try and get clarity on a way forward?
Peter, yes indeed, it was a marathon committee meeting. It started at 10:30 and it just wrapped not too long ago. And like you say, two sides of the coin. What I did take out of this committee today was that parties aren't opposed to universal cover. Most opposition parties agree with universal cover. They are just really concerned about the current mechanism which is being presented to Parliament. They're not happy with it. At question time, I think, took over an hour because MPs from the various parties had so many detailed questions to ask, because up till now they haven't properly been able to interrogate the minister and his department about the bill in its current form. So first things first, the state law advisor did say that the bill in its current form is constitutionally sound. It says that Parliament will not be in violation of the law if it enacts it as it is. But one of the things that also stood out today was one of the gentlemen from the department said that because of all the questions and because of all the concern around NHI, was that NHI is not an event, it's a journey. And this does make sense because the minister says that NHI has actually been in the pipeline for so many years. And something interesting about that, I mean, you know about the pilot projects which we've had running around the country just to monitor the success of what NHI would look like if enacted. We haven't seen any kind of report giving us feedback on how those pilot projects actually ran, and the DA has been harping on, the DA has been demanding feedback regarding these pilot projects. And again today the DA wanted to know what kind of feedback can you give us from the pilot projects. And something which was very interesting which the minister said was that whether or not the pilot projects were a success or not, he basically said that the pilot projects were not put in place as a determination for whether NHI was going to go ahead, which was quite an interesting thing to hear. He said that prior to the pilot projects, they had made a decision that this would be the status quo for the country, and that the pilot projects were just put in place to try and weed out weaknesses. We still don't know what the weaknesses were. Opposition parties seem to think that the pilot projects were a complete flop, but the minister did say that there is a report which is going to be released, and we will then have more information on exactly what happened at those pilot projects. The opposition party wanted to know about costing, and that is something which was also very unclear in today's meeting. The minister and his various delegation members were talking about this is not going to take new money. It's not going to take new money. Yes, it will have an impact on the taxpayer's pocket, but they couldn't exactly tell us what kind of financing vehicle it will take for NHI to get off the ground. So that is something that's going to have to be interrogated. The minister says that he has been in constant conversation with the finance portfolio on this very issue, but no real hard and fast answers on the costing were forthcoming. Yes, so there were loads of questions from MPs, and I'm sure there will be many more questions going forward, because the bill is now out of the minister's hands. The bill is now in the hands of the committee, and the chairperson of the committee stressed that it is up to them now to probe and to fully understand, because this bill will of course have so many implications if it is enacted. So over the next few weeks we will see the NHI bill be processed through the parliamentary committee. And of course, one of the big things to come out of this leg of the bill is that there will be another round of public participation, and of course members of the public will be able to be given input into what their thoughts are of the NHI bill. Peter?
All right, Abra, we're going to leave it there. Thanks so much indeed for that comprehensive update. That was Abra Barbier speaking to us from the steps of Parliament, where the Health Minister was talking to the Health Committee there about the NHI bill, which, as Abra says, it's out of his hands at the moment. And the public, if you have an interest, and I'm sure all of us do, make sure that you comment. Valisa?